Hi, Gary Port, NY Divorce Facts, Port and Sava. Macha's over there. He has his walnut. Now he's coming back for another walnut. And Yuzu is over here. And Hazuki's looking at me. Do you want a walnut too, sweetie? No. Want to pick out what you want? No. And Kosho. This week I'm down at the Big Army Conference in D.C. The Association of United States Army is holding its big conference. 43,000 attendees from over 100 countries. Biggest trade show in the Northeast. The Secretary of the Army will be there. The Chief of Staff of the Army. Almost all the 4 stars will be there. And I'm posting this on my first day at the convention. I may have mentioned this in some prior videos. I'm a retired Army Lieutenant Colonel, Judge Advocate. In fact, my last unit of assignment was the good old 78th Training Division, where I was the Staff Judge Advocate. So I decided, let's talk about divorce in the military. Specifically, military retired pay. I hear a lot of misinformation about that, so I'm going to break it down real simply. In New York, military retired pay is divided just like every other pension, whether it is the police pension, the New York State and local pension, whatnot. We take the number of months of marriage, divide it by number of months that you are serving in the military, and half of that goes to the spouse. So if there was 10 years of marriage, 10 years of military service, the spouse gets 25%. If there was 20 years of marriage, 20 years of military service, the spouse gets 50%. There are a couple of quirks. In 2017, Congress passed a law that the spouse will get the amount of retired pay based upon whether the service member retired or didn't retire on the date of divorce. Well, that sounds a little strange, so let me break it down. Let's say the service member was an E6 with 16 years in on the day of divorce. And then, after divorce, the service member serves another, say, 10 years and makes it up to E9. The spouse will only get retirement pay based upon the 16 years of service at the time of divorce and the rank of E6. That's the way it works. It only works in the military. We call that the hypothetical retirement. There's something else which you may hear about in the barracks. It's called the 10-year rule. I guarantee you, whatever you heard in the barracks from some barracks lawyer is wrong. The myth is that you have to be married at least 10 years to get military retirement. And if you do get 10 years of marriage, then half of the retirement goes to the spouse. That's not true. It's an absolute lie. This is the 10-year rule. DFAS will pay directly to your ex-spouse if there's at least 10 years of service with 10 years of overlapping marriage. So if you were married for 5 years, DFAS is not going to get involved. DFAS won't cut a check. Now, New York will say your ex-spouse is entitled to a 5-year credit of the military retired pay. So your spouse will get 5-year credit, but DFAS won't pay directly. So that's the 10-year rule. So the bottom line is military retired pay is divided in the divorce based on number of years of marriage, number of years in the program, with the cutoff being the date of divorce. Again, the cutoff is the date of divorce. So if you were divorced at 16 years but served for 28, your spouse only gets a 16-year credit. If you got any questions about how military retired pay works in divorce, give us a call at Port Sava. We're a veteran-owned law firm. We give a free 15-minute telephone consultation. Remember, at Port Sava, we help you get on with the rest of your life.